When was the last time you looked in the mirror and truly saw yourself? Not the tired version, not the distracted one, but the person you're meant to be. The one buried under excuses, under fear, under comfort. The one who knows they're capable of more but keeps waiting for the right moment. That moment will never come. There is no perfect time. There's only now, and now is the moment you decide no more weakness. It's time to grind. You've felt it before, that deep frustration when you know you're not giving your all. When you scroll through life watching others win, not because they're better, but because they simply refuse to stop. They fought through the same doubts, the same pain, the same sleepless nights you face. The only difference is they chose to move forward when you chose to wait. And that waiting, that hesitation, that quiet voice saying, "Not yet," is what's holding you prisoner. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another quote, another speech, another reason. What you need is a decision. A single powerful decision that weakness will no longer lead your life. Because weakness doesn't just mean being tired or afraid. It means giving power to the part of you that quits before the finish line. It means choosing comfort over growth, and you know deep inside that comfort is killing your potential. You have dreams that demand your strength. You have goals that won't survive another day of excuses. And if you want them, truly want them, you must be willing to suffer a little, to fight through the noise, to look at your reflection and say, "I will not back down this time." Because that's where transformation begins. Not when it's easy, but when it hurts. When your body says stop, but your soul says go. That's when you rise. Every time you push past weakness, you build power. Every time you keep going when you don't feel like it, you train your mind to obey your purpose instead of your emotions. And the more you do it, the stronger you become. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, unshakably. This is how warriors are made. This is how ordinary people turn extraordinary. You've been through pain before and survived. You've failed and you're still here. That means you have everything you need to begin again, stronger. The grind is not punishment, it's proof. Proof that you're willing to fight for what you want. Proof that your dreams matter enough to hurt for them. Proof that you are not like the rest. So don't walk away now. Don't let another day pass in silence, wishing things would change. You are the change. You are the force that decides what happens next. Every second you spend doubting yourself is a second stolen from your future. Stop handing your time, your energy, your life to fear. Take it back. Stay here. Listen closely. Because if you stay through this message, something inside you will awaken, something powerful, something unstoppable. By the end, you won't just feel inspired. You'll feel alive, hungry, ready to grind, ready to prove that weakness no longer owns you. The power to rise, to fight, to rebuild your life, it starts now. And it starts with you. You say you want it, but do you truly mean it? Because wanting something and being willing to bleed for it are two different worlds. Everyone wants success. Everyone dreams of the breakthrough, the freedom, the life they imagine. But only a few are willing to sacrifice for it. Only a few wake up when their body screams for more sleep. Only a few keep grinding when nobody claps, when nobody sees, when the world moves on and forgets them. That's the grind. Doing what must be done when no one is watching, when no one believes, when you have every reason to stop, but you don't. You've got to understand this. Your pain is not punishment. It's the process. Every struggle you face is shaping you into someone stronger. Every setback is chiseling away the parts of you that can't carry the weight of your destiny. The grind is not supposed to be comfortable. Growth never is. But inside that discomfort is where your new life begins. That's where you earn the right to call yourself relentless. When your mind whispers, "I can't," that's not truth. That's fear testing your limits. Fear wants to keep you safe, small, predictable. But greatness lives beyond fear's border. The grind is where you prove that fear has no control over your will. You will be tired, you will doubt, you will fall. But if you rise one more time, If you take one more step when everything inside screams stop, you win. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but inevitably, you win. Every repetition, every sacrifice, every lonely hour builds something inside you that can't be taken away. Discipline, resilience, fire, the kind of fire that makes you unstoppable when others quit. You don't need to feel motivated every day, you need to be committed. Motivation fades, but commitment carries you through the darkness. When you stay consistent, your effort compounds. One hard day turns into two, two turns into a week turns into a lifestyle, and soon you become someone unrecognizable, not because the world changed, but because you did. Look back for a moment. Think about everything you've already overcome. The heartbreaks, the failures, the disappointments that could have broken you, but didn't. You didn't come this far just to stop here. There's power in your scars. There's wisdom in your wounds. Those moments were preparing you for this exact fight. The grind you face today is the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. Don't run from it. Own it. Every morning you wake up and choose discipline over comfort, you're rewriting your story. Every time you silence doubt and move forward anyway, you're creating a new version of yourself. And soon, the world won't recognize you. Not because you told them who you'd be, but because you showed them. The grind is proof that you believed in your potential enough to fight for it. So let the world doubt you. Let them question your pace, your method, your reason. None of that matters. What matters is that you don't stop. You keep pushing, even when the path feels endless, even when progress feels invisible. Because one day, the grind that feels so heavy now will become your strength. And you'll realize it was never about talent, luck, or timing. It was always about your will to keep going when others wouldn't. This is where you earn your power. This is where you become unstoppable. There will be days when your effort feels invisible, when you give everything you have and still see nothing change, when the world seems to ignore your grind and your mind starts whispering that maybe it's all for nothing. But that's the exact moment that defines you. Because every great transformation hides in the silence of unseen progress. Growth is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It happens in the quiet, in the dark, while no one's watching. The seeds of your effort are growing roots deep beneath the surface. And one day, those roots will break through the ground, and everyone will wonder where you came from. But you'll know you were there the whole time, fighting when no one believed. You must learn to love the process, not just the prize. Because the grind is not a punishment, it's the path to power. Every repetition, every failure, every lonely night spent working when you could have rested is shaping you into something unstoppable. You're building a mind that refuses to fold under pressure, a heart that beats with resilience, a spirit that doesn't depend on circumstances to stay alive. The grind is not what breaks you, it's what builds you into the kind of person who cannot be broken. Your emotions will try to deceive you. They'll tell you you're tired, that it's too much, that you've done enough. But emotions lie. They're temporary signals, not permanent truths. If you listen to them, they'll keep you trapped in cycles of almost starting, almost changing, almost winning. You have to rise above emotion and move from purpose. Purpose doesn't care about comfort. Purpose doesn't wait for motivation. Purpose moves because it must. That's where discipline becomes your greatest weapon, the ability to act no matter how you feel. Think of the power that comes from mastering yourself, from knowing that no matter how chaotic the world becomes, you control how you respond. That strength no one can give or take away. When you stop chasing quick rewards and start building inner control, you stop being a victim of your mood and become the architect of your future. That's when real freedom begins, when you can choose the grind over the excuse, progress over distraction, growth over comfort. You owe it to yourself to see what happens if you don't quit this time. You owe it to the version of you that believed in something greater, because that version still lives inside you, waiting for you to act like the person you promised you'd become. You can't keep betraying your potential and expect peace. Peace only comes when your actions match your vision. Every time you show up, every time you push through, every time you stay disciplined, when others give up, you're earning that peace. You have to decide, are you going to keep wishing or are you going to start working? Because wishing doesn't build character. Work does. Pressure does. Struggle does. The grind is not against you. It's for you. It's sharpening your edges, testing your will, preparing you for everything you've been asking for. So stop doubting the weight you're carrying. It's there to make you stronger. And if you keep going, if you refuse to surrender, you'll wake up one day and realize the grind didn't just change your life. It revealed who you truly are. Most people stop when the results don't show fast enough. They confuse slow progress with failure. But the truth is, real growth rarely announces itself. It moves in silence, disguised as struggle, disguised as repetition. You might not see it yet, but every time you push through resistance, you are becoming someone different. You are training your mind to obey your will. And that shift, that unseen transformation, is where power is born. You are not losing time, you are building strength. Every second of the grind counts, even the moments that feel meaningless, especially those moments. The ones who win are not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. They learn to breathe through the pain, to trust the process, even when they can't see the finish line. That's mental toughness, the ability to move forward without needing proof that it's working. You have to believe before the evidence appears. You have to work when no one is clapping, when no one understands why you keep going, because it's not about them. It's about you proving to yourself that your purpose is real. Every time you choose discipline over doubt, you're casting a vote for your future. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you're telling your mind that weakness no longer leads here. That's how confidence is built, not through comfort, but through confrontation. You confront the laziness, the fear, the hesitation that tries to control you. And every time you win that inner battle, you grow louder inside, stronger, unshakable. You have to understand something powerful. The grind is not punishment, it's preparation. The pain, the fatigue, the frustration, they are shaping you for what you asked for. You can't pray for strength and not expect to be tested. You can't ask for greatness and not expect the grind. Every challenge is life's way of asking, do you really want it? And if your answer is yes, then you must show it through your action, your consistency, your refusal to break. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are being prepared. Every delay is teaching you patience, every struggle is teaching you endurance, every failure is teaching you humility. These are the ingredients of greatness, invisible lessons disguised as hard days. Most people run from them. You must face them. Because the moment you embrace the grind as your ally, everything changes. The pressure that once crushed you becomes the force that drives you. So, stop waiting for the world to see your worth. Stop waiting for validation, approval, or applause. The world will recognize you when it's time, but for now, the grind must be your proof. Your work ethic must speak for you. Let your actions build the noise. Let your discipline write the story. You don't need to tell people you're coming. Your consistency will announce it for you. Remember, greatness doesn't happen when conditions are perfect. It happens when you rise above imperfection, when you show up tired, uncertain, and still give your best. That's the kind of effort that changes lives. That's the kind of strength that turns ordinary people into legends. And that strength, that relentless, unbreakable fire, is already inside you. You just have to keep showing up, keep fighting, keep grinding, because every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every battle you face is leading to one undeniable truth. You were built for this. You have to reach a point where quitting is no longer an option, where the thought of giving up feels like betrayal to the person you're becoming. Because once you've seen your potential, once you've felt even a glimpse of your own power, you can't go back to who you were. The grind changes you. It strips away your weakness, your doubt, your hesitation. It shows you what you're truly made of. The pain you feel is not a sign to stop. It's proof that you're in the right place, doing the right work, pushing at the exact edge where growth happens. That discomfort is not your enemy. It's your guide. Every time you face resistance, you're meeting the version of yourself you need to conquer, the one that loves excuses, the one that seeks comfort over progress, the one that whispers tomorrow when it should scream now. That version of you has ruled for too long, but not anymore. Every repetition, every sacrifice, every disciplined choice weakens that old self. With every act of persistence, you're killing the part of you that settles. That's how transformation really happens, not in a single moment of inspiration, but in the daily war between who you are and who you're meant to be. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you across the finish line. It's on you. And that's the most liberating truth there is. Because the moment you stop waiting for help, for luck, for motivation, you take full control. You become dangerous. You stop blaming circumstances and start creating them. You stop looking for reasons and start becoming the reason. That shift from dependency to dominance is where the real grind begins. You must build yourself from within. Build discipline so strong it doesn't need permission. Build focus so sharp it cuts through distraction. Build belief so deep that doubt can't touch it, because everything around you will test your resolve. People will question you. The world will challenge you. Life will throw its weight against your dreams. And when that happens, the only thing that keeps you standing is what you've built inside. That's why the grind matters. It's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You have to see the grind as your foundation, not your punishment. Each hard day is a brick. Each setback is mortar. Every small victory adds to the structure of who you're becoming. It might not look like much at first, but keep going, keep building, keep laying the work down piece by piece, until one day you look around and realize you've built something unbreakable, a life forged by effort, not luck. The world doesn't owe you recognition. The grind doesn't promise applause, but it guarantees growth. And that's what you're here for, not temporary comfort, but permanent strength. Strength that lasts beyond motivation, strength that carries you through failure, strength that makes you unstoppable. So keep grinding, not because it's easy, not because it's quick, but because it's the only path that leads to your true self. The version of you that's fearless, focused, relentless. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration: I'm not done, I'm not finished, I'm just getting started. Because the grind isn't the road to greatness, it is greatness. There will come a time when the grind feels endless, when the weight on your shoulders seems too heavy to carry another inch. That's the point most people break. That's where the majority give up. Not because they can't continue, but because they stop believing that pushing forward will matter. But that's the trap. The illusion that struggle means failure. Struggle is not a sign of weakness, it's the confirmation of progress. The grind is supposed to test you. It's supposed to push you to your limits. That's how it reveals your strength. You can't discover who you truly are until life dares you to give up, and you refuse. Every ounce of pain is shaping your endurance. Every obstacle is teaching you resilience. You may not see it now, but the grind is rewriting your mindset. It's teaching you that pain is temporary, but pride is permanent. That tiredness fades, but legacy doesn't. Every time you say just one more, you build another layer of grit that no one can take away from you. That's how warriors are made, not through ease, but through persistence that defies exhaustion. Your dreams demand this version of you, the version that doesn't need perfect conditions to move, the one who shows up anyway. Because the truth is, success doesn't belong to the smartest, the most talented, or the most connected. It belongs to the ones who refuse to stop. The ones who grind through rejection, through boredom, through uncertainty. The ones who stay loyal to their vision even when the results are invisible. That kind of loyalty to yourself changes everything. You are being molded in silence right now. Every long day, every lonely night, every unseen effort is part of your training. The grind is sculpting you into someone capable of carrying the life you've been asking for. And when that life finally arrives, you'll look back and realize that it wasn't luck that got you there. It was the grind. The grind built your patience, your discipline, your toughness, your self-belief. Without it, you wouldn't be ready for what's coming. You have to embrace the loneliness of this path, because greatness is often born in isolation. While others chase comfort and distraction, you're building a foundation that will outlast them all. Don't envy their rest. Don't compare your path to theirs. Most people stop at average because average feels safe, but safety kills ambition. Comfort is the silent thief of greatness. Let others choose easy, you choose purpose. You choose the hard road because you know the hard road leads to strength. Every day you grind, you're not just chasing a goal, you're proving to yourself that you're not who you used to be. You're becoming someone who doesn't back down, someone who leads with action, not excuses. That shift, that identity you're building is the real reward. Because once you become that person, success is no longer a question of if. It's a matter of when, so when you feel tired, remember, that fatigue means you're doing the work that others avoid. When your body aches, when your mind doubts, remind yourself, this is what progress feels like. Growth hurts. Evolution demands effort. And every time you push through that pain, you're stepping closer to the life you've always envisioned. Keep grinding, keep pushing. Keep proving to yourself that you were never weak. You were just waiting to meet your strength. The grind will strip you down before it builds you up. It will take everything you thought you knew about yourself and test it. It will expose your weaknesses, your doubts, your fears. But that's the point, because you cannot rise until you face the parts of yourself you've been hiding from. You can't evolve while protecting your comfort. Growth demands honesty. It demands that you stand in front of your reflection and admit where you've been soft, where you've made excuses, where you've allowed comfort to steal your fire. That moment of truth is the beginning of strength. It's where you stop pretending and start rebuilding. Pain has a purpose. It's the universe's way of forcing transformation. When everything feels like it's falling apart, what's really happening is that everything that's not meant for your next level is being burned away. The grind doesn't destroy you, it refines you. It burns off the layers of fear and ego until only the real you remains. The one who can't be broken. The one who can't be swayed. The one who's willing to go through hell if it means becoming unstoppable. Most people avoid this stage. They run from discomfort because it feels like failure, but that's why they never find out how powerful they are. Power doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from mastering it. When you stop fighting the grind and start flowing with it, every struggle becomes fuel. Every challenge becomes energy. You start to realize that the grind isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. It's sculpting your character. It's preparing your mind for success that your old self couldn't handle. You have to learn to find peace in the pressure, to breathe when everything feels heavy, to trust the process even when you don't see progress. That's emotional mastery, the ability to stay grounded when the storm hits, because storms will come. Life will test you, break your plans and shake your faith. But if you've built your strength in the grind, you won't crumble. You'll adapt, you'll rise. You'll use the chaos as your training ground. That's the difference between those who quit and those who conquer. You are stronger than your circumstances, stronger than your pain, stronger than every voice that told you you couldn't. The grind is revealing that strength to you piece by piece. Every moment you push through resistance, you take back power from the part of you that wanted to stay small. You start to lead yourself. And once you can lead yourself, nothing can stop you, because everything else becomes secondary. You must make peace with being uncomfortable. You must learn to crave it, because that's where life expands. Every time you survive what once scared you, you expand your limits. You start to see that the boundaries you thought were real were never there. They were illusions built by fear. The grind breaks those illusions. It shows you that your capacity is far beyond what you imagined. So don't run from the hard days. Don't hide from the moments that stretch you. Lean into them. Because the grind is not breaking you. It's introducing you to the version of yourself who doesn't quit. The one who commands respect from life. The one who earns everything through sweat, through struggle, through sheer will. And when you finally meet that version of you, you'll understand every ounce of pain was worth it. Because through it all, you didn't just survive, you became powerful. You've come too far to question your purpose now. You've bled for progress no one else has seen. You've carried weight no one else could understand. The world might still overlook your effort, but you can't afford to overlook yourself. You've been tested, stretched, and broken down, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you into something unshakable. The grind has been teaching you something that success never could, how to keep moving when everything in you wants to stop. That's power. That's what separates those who dream from those who do. You have to remember, pressure creates diamonds. The same force that can crush you can also shape you if you refuse to fold. Every difficult moment you face is an invitation to rise higher. The pain, the rejection, the setbacks, they are not signs that you're failing. They're signals that you're growing. The universe doesn't hand strength to those who ask for it. It gives challenges to those who are meant to embody it. You are being called to become someone greater. And that call doesn't come with comfort. It comes with grind. There's a part of you that still underestimates your power, that still looks at the mountain ahead and doubts you can climb it. But look at how far you've already come. You once prayed for the strength you now possess. You once feared the challenges you now handle with calm. That's progress. Quiet, real, undeniable progress. You've been evolving through every struggle, even when it didn't feel like it. The grind doesn't ask you to see the result immediately. It asks you to trust that every ounce of effort counts. When doubt creeps in, when exhaustion tries to take your focus, remember why you started. You didn't begin this journey to quit halfway. You started because something inside you refused to live an ordinary life. That fire is still there. It might flicker at times, but it never goes out. You just have to feed it with effort, with belief, with action. The grind reignites what comfort tries to extinguish. It keeps your purpose alive. Most people never find this level of fight because they never give themselves the chance to. They stop at the first sign of resistance, not realizing that resistance is proof of direction. It's the signal that you're moving towards something meaningful. You can't grow in the absence of struggle. You can't build resilience in the absence of pressure. The grind is the ultimate teacher, harsh, unrelenting, but fair. It gives back exactly what you put in. Your moment is not some distant future event. It's here. It's every second you decide to show up again. Every time you choose persistence over excuse. You're not waiting for greatness. You're living inside the process that creates it. The grind doesn't reward those who talk. It rewards those who stay, those who endure, those who refuse to let weakness write their story. So keep going, even when it hurts, even when no one notices, even when you feel like progress has paused. Because the truth is, it hasn't. The work is working. The grind is shaping you into someone who can't be stopped, can't be shaken, can't be broken. And when the world finally sees the strength you've built in silence, they'll call it success. But you'll know the truth. It was always the grind that made you who you are. Every great transformation begins the moment you stop negotiating with your excuses, the moment you decide that your future is not up for debate. You can't keep giving weakness a seat at the table and expect to build strength. You can't keep listening to the voice that tells you not today and expect tomorrow to be any different. The grind doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards commitment. And commitment means doing what needs to be done long after the mood to do it has disappeared. You don't owe the world an explanation for your hunger. You don't owe anyone a reason for why you keep pushing. This is your fight, your vision, your grind. The world won't always understand it, and it doesn't have to, because what you're building isn't meant to be understood, it's meant to be revealed. The grind is the unseen proof that one day everything you've been fighting for will make sense. But until that day comes, you have to keep going like it already does. There's a dangerous comfort in waiting, waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right moment. But waiting is just another form of fear disguised as logic. If you wait for the world to align, you'll wait forever. The grind doesn't wait. It demands action now. Not when you feel ready, not when conditions are perfect. Now, because now is all you ever truly have. Every second you delay is a second stolen from your future. The person you're meant to become is waiting on the other side of your hesitation. The truth is, the grind is not about speed. It's about endurance. It's about waking up every day and deciding to show up again, even when yesterday drained everything from you. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard when no one's watching. It's about doing the hard things simply because it's right, not because it's convenient. When you live like that, something changes inside you. Your mind stops being your enemy and becomes your weapon. You stop being reactive to life and start directing it. The grind rewires your identity. It teaches you to stop identifying with weakness, with failure, with the version of you that keeps running from discomfort. It forces you to meet yourself on the edge of exhaustion and still choose effort. That's how self-respect is built, through proof, through daily action that says, I am not who I was. You can't fake that. You earn it with sweat, with discipline, with perseverance when quitting feels justified. Every small victory counts. Every repetition compounds. Every time you push when you don't want to, you build momentum. Invisible at first, but unstoppable in time. Momentum doesn't come from bursts of motivation. It comes from relentless consistency, from the grind that doesn't care about how you feel, only about what you do. And the beauty of it is that once you learn to operate this way, nothing external can control you. You become immune to laziness, to fear, to the noise of doubt. You are not here to blend in. You are here to rise, to dominate, to evolve into the kind of person who cannot be ignored. The grind is how you do that. It's not a punishment. It's the path, the proof, the purification. It's the process that turns potential into power. And every second you keep going, every breath you give to this mission brings you closer to the moment you realize you were never chasing greatness. You were becoming it. The moment you decide to stop holding back, everything changes. When you finally stop playing small, when you stop apologizing for wanting more, you unlock a power that's been waiting inside you all along. You've been conditioned to believe that strength comes from talent, from luck, from timing, but it doesn't. Strength is built in silence. It's built through choices that no one sees, sacrifices no one celebrates, and pain no one else endures. It's built through the grind. The grind is where you prove that your potential is not a dream. It's a decision. You have to become ruthless with your time, your focus, your energy. You can't afford to waste another day trapped in hesitation. Every second you spend doubting yourself is time you could be building the life you were meant to live. Discipline is your liberation. It's not a cage, it's the key that unlocks your freedom. When you learn to do what's necessary, even when you don't want to, you break the chains that keep most people stuck. That's where true power lives. Not in ease, but in mastery. You can't keep living half committed. You can't say you want greatness while giving effort that's convenient. The grind doesn't bend for half-hearted pursuit. It demands all of you. Your focus, your sweat, your persistence. And when you finally give that, when you stop holding back, you'll realize something profound. The limits you thought you had were never real. They were built by fear, maintained by comfort, and destroyed by consistency. The grind is not glamorous. It's not designed to be easy or exciting. It's repetitive, isolating, and at times painfully slow. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. Because while the world chases instant gratification, you're building something lasting. Every day, you choose effort over ease. You separate yourself from the crowd. The world celebrates results. The grind builds the person capable of achieving them. And that's what matters. Not what you get, but who you become through the process of earning it. There will be moments when your mind screams to stop, when the voice of comfort tries to lure you back to mediocrity. You must learn to silence it. That voice has stolen too many dreams already. You silence it not with words, but with action. Every time you move forward, despite fear, you train your mind to obey your purpose instead of your emotions. That's how you build unshakable confidence. Not by avoiding weakness, but by conquering it one choice at a time. There's something sacred about the grind. It strips away all illusions and leaves you face to face with your truth. It doesn't care about your background, your excuses, or your circumstances. It only recognizes effort. And the beauty of that is that everyone has a chance. The only question is, are you willing to give everything you've got? Because the grind will give back exactly what you put in, no more, no less. You are not here to live a life of almost, not here to keep wishing for change while staying the same. You are here to rise, to build, to dominate your weaknesses until there is no part of you left that doubts your worth. The grind is not the enemy. It's the bridge between the person you are and the person you were meant to be. And once you cross that bridge, once you've tasted what it feels like to be fully alive, there's no going back. You'll know you've found your power because nothing will ever feel impossible again. There's a moment in every fighter's life when the crowd goes silent, the noise fades, and all that's left is the sound of their own heartbeat. That's the moment that defines who they are. Not the applause, not the spotlight, but that quiet space where doubt tries to whisper, "You can't." It's in that silence that greatness is born. Because the truth is, your strength isn't built when you're winning. It's built when you're alone, when no one believes in you, when every part of you wants to quit, but you don't. That's the grind most people will never see, but it's the one that changes everything. You've got to understand something deep. Your potential is not waiting for perfect conditions. It's waiting for you to show up as you are, right now. Waiting for you to stop making excuses. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop wishing for the right time. Because there is no right time. There's only this moment. And in this moment, you have a choice to give in to weakness or to rise in strength. Every second you hesitate, someone else is out there working, pushing, sacrificing. Every moment you rest in comfort, someone is out there taking the spot that could have been yours. This life does not reward the almost committed. It rewards the obsessed, the ones who refuse to give less than their best, even when no one's watching. The ones who push through exhaustion, through fear, through failure, not because it's easy, but because they've made a promise to themselves that they refuse to break. That's what the grind really is, a promise, a contract between who you are and who you want to be. And every rep, every late night, every early morning, it's your signature. You have to fall in love with the process, not the outcome, because results come and go. But the person you become through relentless discipline, that's permanent. That's the version of you that can't be shaken. Most people are chasing comfort, chasing recognition, chasing validation. You're not one of them. You're chasing growth. You're chasing the kind of strength that can't be taken away. Because when you build yourself through struggle, through sweat, through pure dedication, you become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you do. And let's be honest, there will be days you don't feel strong. Days you wake up tired, unmotivated, frustrated. Days when your mind will try to convince you to take it easy, to slow down, to rest just this once. But you know better. You know that weakness doesn't vanish. It waits. It waits for moments like that. It waits for you to forget who you are. That's why you can never stop. You can't afford to take your foot off the gas. Because the second you do, that old version of you starts creeping back. The lazy one, the doubtful one, the one that almost had it. You've buried that person for a reason. Don't let them rise again. You are stronger than your emotions, stronger than your fear, stronger than the excuses you keep replaying in your mind. Every time you push when it hurts, you rewrite your identity. You stop being the person who wishes and you become the person who works. And when you do that long enough, something changes. Not just in your body, but in your soul. You begin to realize that everything you ever wanted was never out of reach. It was just waiting for the version of you who refused to stop. The version of you who decided that weakness was no longer an option. The version of you who finally understood it's time to grind.